All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How we doing today? What's happening? Got a special guest coming on with me this morning, Zach Clark of King Pine Construction. Just sent him the link. How we doing, guys? What is it? 28th today. Happy birthday, Dave Brackett, my best friend, brother from another mother. Dave is 2 weeks older than me. So good to see you guys. What's happening this morning? How's your week going? Good morning, Jess Novak. First person in this morning. Stuck around the ranch here today to do the live and get a good start. And we'll head over afterwards and get going on. Hopefully, I can get the base trim done down in the basement today. And I've been trying to get to that for a few days now. So, but anyway, if you're here, good morning. I'm Bob Turner. If it's the first time you're here, this is Live 365, where I share stories and insights about personal development, business development. We talk accountability, consistency, discipline, those kinds of things that you have to do when you're adulting. And the guy coming up next is going to talk a little bit about that. Good friend of mine. Has been a coaching client and just an all around good kid. But I only say kid because he's about less than half my age and younger than my daughter. So, but he's a guy that I respect. He's a business owner. He's trying to do the right things. Like any of us, he's made mistakes and he's had ups and downs, and right now more ups than downs. And guys, I want to introduce to you Zach Clark of King Pine Construction. Zach, good morning. Thanks for coming on, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Bob?
Doing well, thanks. I appreciate you coming on and chatting this morning. And I was thinking about who I might reach out to as a next guest, and I thought, you know what, some of us have kind of been old farts on here, and I thought we might get somebody from the youth movement here. Speaking of old farts, Mark Bunker is here. Ben Bryant, speaking of youth movement, is here. My dad is here. Good morning. Yeah, Wendy is here. Good morning. I love you. How are you? Roy Dahl and Jess Novak so far over on Instagram. We'll get some people going on there shortly. But Zach, I appreciate you jumping on. Take just a minute and tell people who you are and what you do.
Yeah, I'm Zach. I own King Pine Construction. I started it 3 years ago, not knowing at all what I'd get into. I thought it'd be the life to freedom, and I found out quickly that it's a lot of work to get there.
Yeah.
And we build now new homes. I used to do a lot of remodeling, but I don't try to get into that too often now. So we stick to the new home construction.
I love it. You just notice I'm wearing my King Pine hat today.
I appreciate it. It looks good on you.
Flying the flag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I appreciate most about you, Zach, is that you understand that business is only part of a meaningful life, and you're working on everything. Okay. Um, Today I want to talk about business, but I want to also talk about family and leadership, and what I think that you're trying to do is just become someone worth following. Okay. So why don't you tell us how you got started and maybe what some of the early lessons were in business?
Yeah. So how I got started is I got uh, kind of bounced around from company to company and worked for Bob for a while doing remodels and did a bunch of different stuff, and I just could not handle being told what to do. I really just could not handle it, and I ended up being a terrible employee at every place I worked. I was amazing, and then I think I was amazing. Other
Yeah,
people might say differently, but I I just ended up turning out to be the worst employee at every company. I tardy, terrible, and then I just was like, you know what? I was working with another guy named Trevor, and we just said screw it and started our own thing and jumped
yeah,
into a 3,800 square foot house for our first house ever, and it went well until it didn't. We lost a bunch of money on that because we
mm,
didn't know what contracts were,
right,
and then we
yeah,
quickly learned that we need those And then every project from there on, we learned we had to refine it, and that there was things that we missed. And we learned that you can't just trust everyone because you thought they were a friend.
Right.
But we met a lot more different people that we could trust. So it had its in and outs at the beginning. We lost probably more money than I can actually count, I think, between mistakes and just not knowing what I did not know. We really were very ignorant going into it. Like, we had no idea other than the fact that we needed an LLC and a business bank account.
Right. And then all of a sudden, slap a magnet on the truck, and here we go. Right.
Yeah, we didn't even have the magnet. We had a skill saw and a nail gun.
What would you say has been your hardest lesson in business so far, Zach?
I think my hardest lesson is just understanding people.
Yeah.
And realizing that not everyone thinks the way I think, whether it be the customer or the employee or just another business associate that you're working with. Like, you kind of just got to adapt and move forward with everyone you work with. You're never going to get the same person again. Even if you work for the same customer, they're probably a little different than last time.
Sure. Yeah. What's been your biggest win so far? You must have had some wins along the way, right?
Yeah. So my biggest win is moving back up to 4 employees after moving down to just 1. We kind of had the universe told me to take a step back and rebuild a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of think it through before we jumped ahead like that, because I tried to grow too fast.
Right.
And then job-wise, my biggest win is the house we're on right now. It's one of the first through and through full houses we've done ourselves. And so far, we've had no major hiccups, some minor material issues coming in, but that was my fault for forgetting until the day of to order the material.
And then they had done that.
So, I mean, we're getting in a groove where every project's turning out to be some sort of a win. I mean, even the ones that some people wouldn't call a win, I'm calling a win because they got done. So,
yeah,
it's between moving back to being up to 4 or 5 employees the right way, and then this house, I'd say those are my major wins right now.
There you go. So you're right in the middle of it. Jess says strong foundations are critically important. Great job. So let's talk. Let's talk mindset a little bit. But first, as part of that, you've had to evolve as a leader. Okay, and sometimes, hey, we all know on a construction site, sometimes the leader is the guy that can lift the heaviest LVL, right? Or that knows the most, right? But you've had to kind of take a different approach and grow as a leader at a young age. I mean, guys, Zach's, I think, 26. So just for reference. So what would you say that's changed about you as a leader, say, over the last couple of years?
My maturity.
Okay.
I used to be the biggest child on the job site.
Okay.
not like angry tantrum. I just acted like a child. I was always goofing off, doing some dumb stuff that nobody had any business doing, or messing around, wasting time. And now I've learned that that's just costing me money.
Right.
I'm allowed to do it. Technically I have no boss, so I'm allowed to, but it doesn't help me in any shape or form.
Right.
So
yeah,
my maturity, and then also just my patience. I'm still very impatient. So like sometimes teaching people, it's more of a me problem than a them problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've had to gain some extreme patience just with people or projects. Like, just every situation, honestly, goes a lot smoother if you're just a little patient.
There you go. Hey, let's talk about consistency and some discipline. Dude, you're up at what time every morning? And as far as I know, you're at the gym every day.
Yeah, 7 days a week. So Monday through Friday, I'm up at 4:15 or 4:30. Some days are a little rough, and I hit the snooze button a few times. But I hit the gym by 4:45, 5 o'clock every morning, and then I'm there until 6:30, depending on the day. And then I scoot home and rip it to work. And then on weekends, I'm at the gym between 7 and 7:30 when they open.
Nice.
for an hour, hour and a half, and then I continue on about my day.
That's great.
But don't miss it. It's probably the only other thing I really enjoy doing other than working.
Yeah, I think you mentioned to me the other day you don't even feel right if you don't go, right?
No, if I miss a day, I feel like showing up to school without your homework.
I've never done that.
No, never.
Now you've had some setbacks, okay? Some times when you've had some adversity, some of it self-inflicted, right? How do you handle
Oh yeah.
how do you handle the setbacks from a mindset standpoint?
Well, when something not so great happens, I kind of just think that, this isn't what I'd like, that it's what I got. So
Right.
what's the best move here? And half the time, if you move forward 2 months and you look back, it wasn't the right move, but you made a move, and that's really all you can do, is just try to step forward, or at least sideways. Don't go backwards anymore.
There you go. Yeah.
It's not.
That's good.
Some of them took a little bit more of a toll, but between like the daily disciplines of like going to the gym and eating right and kind of focusing on just regular taking care of yourself, all those adversities they work their way out with time. But
Yeah.
as long as you don't just give up on everything because of one bad thing, it usually moves forward somehow, some way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I was wondering about with you. You're up at the the gym every day, 7 days a week, and I know you'd work 7 days a week if you could. How do you avoid the burnout, Zach?
If I need time off, I take time off.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy this. Some people look at work as like work, but I get to do the best of both worlds. I get to basically be occupied all the time.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy doing the work. Like even when the work sucks, it's more enjoyable than doing nothing.
Right. And
So
like I always
I
say,
enjoy it, and I enjoy the game of like, every day you learn something, or you deal with another problem in a different way, and so it's a constant mind game. So it keeps me intrigued. So to me, it doesn't, other than the physical part, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like constant learning and almost like a video game.
yeah, no, you're in it. You're in it, and you're, as Wendy always says, you're going hard in the paint. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that when you need time off, you take it. Okay. You've worked for some people, and like you said, they can't work for anybody, but you've worked for some people that are good leaders and people that are bad leaders. And I always say that people don't leave a bad company; they leave a bad leader. What would you say separates a good leader from, say, a great leader?
From what I've witnessed, the temper. Like
Okay.
because I've always been an on-site type of guy. I've never really been in management of any field until now. Now I'm the management.
Right.
But until I started this, I was always in the field. So a good leader in my eyes is a guy that doesn't tweak out at every inconvenience.
Yep.
Or start name calling.
Right.
There's the joking around name calling that happens on every job site. But when you're angry and you're just belittling someone because they made a mistake,
right,
that guy himself is most definitely made at some point. That really, I think, is what causes a lot of guys to leave at least my field of work. Is no adult wants to be belittled like a child.
Right. Actually,
and no child enjoys that either. Like nobody enjoys being yelled at, screamed at, or made fun of or belittled, and it happens way too often. But that's really, I think, what sets the guys aside. Is a good leader is patient. Some people need a stern talking to here and there,
right,
but the guy who can like control his temper and be in a decent mood every day, kind of set the tone for the day regardless of what happens, that seems to be a good leader in my eyes. Someone that can handle the daily problems without letting it ruin their own day.
Got it under control. Yeah. And Ben's pointing out that I did call people old farts earlier. I think back at a while back, and when we were planning the Mach 5 event with Steve's crew, and you were at a point where you're like, I don't think I could swing it. I don't think I can go, and somehow it got figured out, right? And you
Yeah.
got there, and I looked over, and I saw you were sitting with Phil Kornichuk, and so I'm
Yeah.
like, and I was just like, I felt good because I'm like, I kind of nudged Zach to get here, and you bet on yourself, and you got there, and now you're sitting beside this 23-year veteran, 13 tours in, Silver Star recipient, Army Ranger, badass Green Beret dude who hung out with you all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we hung out the whole time, like
Yeah.
the entire event, and for the first like entire day until you told me, I had no idea who he was. I
Right.
just thought he was like another dude there, and then you kind of explained it, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
you would never know. You
Yes.
never know. He's just so nonchalant.
Yeah. Is there anything that you took away from that time with Phil?
Yeah, that really his patience and his like kindness with everything was.
Yeah.
Because it was like he was helping me with just about everything, and then he's so attentive. Like when you
Yeah.
speak to him, like he hears every word that you say,
Yeah.
and he doesn't just let it pass through while he's waiting for his turn to talk. Like
Right.
he truly does listen, and that's something that kind of impacted me because most people just wait for their turn.
Right. Yeah. There's just waiting to talk. So, yeah, no, it was cool. I thought I'd point that out because it was a kind of an impactful moment for me to see you guys hanging out like that. It was cool. And I talked to him a lot, and he's always asking about you. So make sure you keep him in your life.
I will.
Yeah.
He's someone I don't want to ever forget about.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
think I could if I wanted to.
Yeah. Mark Bunker said that proves that getting in the right room pays dividends, for sure. So, guys, it's Dave Brackett's birthday today. Happy birthday, brother. Good to see you. Glad you're on. Hey, Zach, what's exciting for you right now? Like, what's getting you out of bed? What gets you fired up? What do you think about? You jump back in the vehicle after the gym and you get honed in on the day. Like, what's occupying your mind with the future?
Right now, growth.
Okay.
The fact that like we're right on the cusp of really becoming something well established. Like we're about to be getting another company truck here soon. I'm getting weekly calls for projects, so it's just I'm kind of riding the hype of the things are actually working. Like I kind of think about how we've made it so far, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, there's only more work to do. So it's just between what's happened and what's about to happen, the excitement for it is really what gets me going. Like I leave the gym and I'm like, all right, I want to be on site by 6:35 this morning and
Yeah.
ripping away. I'm like, I wonder if we can do it 5 minutes earlier and get this faster. And like it's just constant. Like now that I like the details is where it matters. And now that we've got the general game going, I like fine tuning. I'm like going with Jason. He's very new, and I'm like, all right, Jason, I want you to do this, and it should take you 45 minutes this time, not an hour.
There you go.
I'm like, if you do that, I'll buy you lunch.
There you go.
And I'm gonna do that with him today because I've been thinking about that this morning because he's getting better, but I want to time him on some things, and if he does good, I'm gonna buy him lunch.
There you go. And if he doesn't, you coach him up and work with him, right?
Yeah. Possibly still buy him lunch.
There you go. Hey, when I was your age, legacy was like a Subaru, right? But legacy now to me means like, what do I want to leave in people? What do I want to leave behind? And I don't know if you've thought about legacy, but what do you want people to say about you or have gotten from you when you're gone?
I'd like people to at least know that I'm a man of my word, and if I said I was going to be there, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying things to say things. I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to be known as a talker. I want to be known for words that mean something, and that just being a decent human being is really all I care about. Like just in all aspects. I don't want to be. I want to be great at the business, but when it comes to personal life, I just want to be decent at all of them.
Right. Good for you. Be a good human being. I love it. Yes, Mark, the Subaru did make a legacy. You got an Outback. I mean, a Forester too, but we'll leave that one alone. Oh, shoot. Hey, I've been doing this lightning round with people, right? Just asking them quick questions. So for you, like coffee or energy drinks?
Energy drink.
All day long. You can't say Summit podcast, but what's your favorite podcast?
Real AF.
Real AF. Yeah, a little Andy Frisella. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it gets me going sometimes.
Yeah. How about a favorite leadership book? Something, or business development, personal development book?
I'd say Rich Dad Poor Dad, because it's the one that got me going.
There you go. Yeah, little Robert.
I read that
Kiyosaki.
book you gave me, and it was all over from there.
Yep, I did. I remember giving you those books. How about an app that you use every day?
Probably JobTread or QuickBooks.
There you go. Good deal. You a morning person or night owl?
Morning. I'm out by 8:30 at night.
Nice. Yep. Is there a quote you live by?
Do more.
Do more. Okay, cool. What books? Paul Tarasuk says those are the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series by Robert Kiyosaki. Hey, last question, and then I got to fly. The plumber's on his way. If someone's listening today and feels stuck, what's the first thing you'd tell them to do tomorrow morning?
Wake up at the time you say you're going to wake up. Get that first win under the belt as soon as you move. And then if you decide to go to the gym, don't back out on it. If you don't go to the gym, follow the routine you said you were going to follow the morning of, and just try to make a solid step forward in whatever situation you're dealing with. Even if that step is stepping backwards, just to look at it and kind of figure out what it is.
Yeah. Don't miss twice, right? If you miss it,
right,
get back to it, right? Don't beat yourself up. So, guys, this has been great. Who's enjoyed this? Zach's been great. It's good to kind of get the insight from a younger person, and for all you guys out there that might think that this generation is a lost cause. Here's a guy that's getting up every morning and hitting the heavy bag, so to speak, and coming out guns a-blazing. So, Zach, I have a lot of respect for you. Enjoy having you in my life, and we've been at some of the events together, and there'll be more. So stay involved in the community, and I look forward to connecting with you real soon, okay?
Of course. I appreciate it, Bob. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. One last thing. Anything you want people to know? Anything you'd like to share in case this thing goes viral? You know, you never know.
Yeah. Follow my page, really. I don't have anything other more exciting than the posts we make every couple days. So
yeah.
If people want to know that, follow the page and you get to see some houses be built.
There you go. He's King Pine Construction on Facebook, Instagram as well. You can find him if you're looking. Now, Wendy put the link in. Bill Hillstrom, Paul Tarasuk. You guys, thank you for being here. Mark Bunker, Roy Dahl, Bill Gustafson, all you guys that jumped on. I appreciate you guys today. Hey, share it out if you enjoyed it. Share it out if you have some young person in your life that's thinking about heading the entrepreneur route. I'm sure they'd love to hear this. So, and if there's anything I can do for you guys, let me know. I appreciate it. But in the meantime, we got the plumber headed our way. We got to fly. We'll see you, Zach. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate you guys. I love you all. Have a great day.
You too.
Later.